Ibrahim Osman. Brighton to sign £16 million Ghanaian winger in summer. Brighton have agreed a £16 million deal to sign Ghanaian winger Ibrahim Osman from Danish team FC Nord-Jylland. The 19-year-old will join the club when the transfer window opens later this year, on a contract that runs until June 2029. Technical director David Weir said he was a young and exciting prospect. He added, "For now it's important that we give him the space to focus fully on Nord-Jylland, where he is enjoying a good season." Osman has 4 goals and 5 assists for his club from 29 appearances this season. England and Wales prepare for biggest game. It will be more than just bragging rights at stake when England and Wales renew their long-standing rivalry at Twickenham in the Six Nations on Saturday. The hosts will want to continue building momentum as they try to whip up a frenzy on their return to Twickenham, while Wales are looking to kickstart their campaign after defeat by Scotland. Steve Borthwick's home side are unchanged from their opening win over Italy, but the visitors make 7 changes for their short trip to a ground where recent history has not been kind to them. England have made no secret of an ambition to fortify their London base, but they will have to quickly erase the bitter memory of the World Cup warm-up defeat by Fiji in their last home game. That first loss to the Pacific Islanders came 5 months after England's record home defeat at the hands of Antoine Dupont's France. Under the leadership of new captain Jamie George, and backed by the vociferous Twickenham crowd, this is an England side intent on setting the record straight. Hooker George wants to entertain and put smiles on faces among the England fan base. Victory in Rome showed glimpses of greater attacking endeavour despite England being outscored 3-2 in tries by the Azzurri. Wales arrive at Twickenham without a victory in their past 7 visits. Wins in 2008 and 2012 paved the way to Grand Slams before they dumped the hosts out of their own World Cup in 2015. But those are the exceptions rather than the rule. Head coach Warren Gatland said he has always loved going to Twickenham in an attempt to ease the pressure on his young players, but they will have to banish thoughts of their nightmare start against the Scots. Wales trailed 27-0 before launching a fight back to reduce the deficit to a single point in Cardiff, but an equally slow start in a hostile English environment could leave them with an insurmountable task. Arsenal manager defends celebrations after vital win over Liverpool. Mikel Arteta says he will continue to show emotion despite being criticized for over-celebrating Arsenal's 3-1 win over Premier League leaders Liverpool. Arteta sprinted down the touchline when his side scored, before saluting fans with fist pumps at the end of Sunday's crucial game as the Gunners moved 2 points behind Jurgen Klopp's men. Sky Sports pundit Gary Neville said there was a little bit of immaturity in Arsenal's celebrations. Arteta said, "Personally, I love it. It brings such a passion and emotion to the game when it's done in a natural and unique way," added the Spaniard. Gunners captain Martin Odegaard was also told to get down the tunnel by Sky Sports pundit and ex-Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher after borrowing a camera from a club photographer to take pictures at full time. "If you're not allowed to celebrate when you win a game, when are you allowed to celebrate?" Odegaard responded after the game. Arteta added, "I love it. I've seen managers at the Emirates, away, at other stadiums, on their knees inside the pitch. I've seen very big managers going across the touchline in the Premier League. I think it's great, but it's my opinion and other people may think something different." Chinese officials call off Argentina games amid anger over star not playing. Chinese officials have cancelled 2 Argentina friendlies that were due to take place in the Asian country after Lionel Messi did not play for Inter Miami in a match in Hong Kong. The world champions were set to face Nigeria in Hangzhou and the Ivory Coast in Beijing in March. Fans in China were angered when the Argentina captain did not play for his club against a Hong Kong XI on Sunday. Messi, 36, said he could not play because of a groin injury. However, his non-appearance drew widespread criticism in China when he then featured off the bench 3 days later against Vissel Kobe in Japan. Beijing does not plan, for the moment, to organize the match in which Lionel Messi was to participate, the Beijing Football Association said on Saturday. When the Hangzhou match was cancelled on Friday, their sports bureau said, "Given the reasons that everyone knows, according to the competent authorities, the conditions for the event to take place are not met." Fans in Hong Kong jeered Inter Miami co-owner David Beckham and chanted for their money back after Messi did not take to the pitch. They have since been promised a 50% refund by match organizers Tatler Asia. South Africa keeper Ronwen Williams should be minister to save economy. South Africa goalkeeper Ronwen Williams should be made his country's finance minister to save the economy after his player of the match performance against Cape Verde. His teammate Grant Kekana joked. The Bafana Bafana captain saved 4 penalties in a remarkable performance that earned him the Player of the Match award after their quarter-final shootout in Yamoussoukro. Williams, 32, also denied Gilson Benchimol with an incredible reaction save to push the Blue Sharks forward's effort onto the bar after he was put through with a chance win the match in injury time at the end of 90 minutes. He is a world-class goalkeeper, South Africa defender Grant Kekana said. I think he should be made the Minister of Finance. He can save South Africa's economy. Williams reserved praise for the team's analysts, who he said have filled his phone with clips of penalties taken by Cape Verde. The stopper, who won the inaugural African Football League with Mamelodi Sundowns last season, says he had a good idea where the penalties would be going thanks to the work of the team behind the scenes, and his highlight was the save to deny Benchimol rather than the shootout. There weren't too many clear-cut chances, and that was one where that got in behind the defense, and there was only a few minutes to go, Williams said. So for me, that save stands out more than anything else. I'm just proud I could keep my team in the game because they don't give me so much work to do. Bafana Bafana have not conceded a goal at the tournament since their opening match, when they lost 2-0 to Mali. Kekana, who plays alongside Williams for Sundowns, was overlooked for that game but has been an ever-present since in the heart of the defense to coincide with the series of clean sheets. We understand that if we don't concede, you don't lose games, he said. So we try so hard to work as a team. We start defending from the front to give us the chance of winning the game. Spurs boss says possible introduction of blue cards and sin bins would destroy the game. Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou says the possible introduction of blue cards and sin bins would destroy the game. Football's lawmakers IFAB delayed plans to release information about 4 proposed trials after talks with world governing body FIFA. Under the plans, players would get blue cards for dissent and tactical fouls and spend 10 minutes off the pitch. Adding another card one. What is that going to do? The remedy is already there, said Postecoglou. If it's not being enforced to the level people are satisfied, do that. That's the change. One team being down to 10 men for 10 minutes, you know what that is going to do to our game. It's going to destroy it. You'll have one team sitting there trying to waste time for 10 minutes waiting for someone to come back on. Every other game is trying to speed up and declutter. All we are trying to do is go the other way for some bizarre reason. If passed into the laws of the game, the introduction of a blue card would mark the biggest single change in managing player discipline since red and yellow cards came into force at the 1970 World Cup. However, the Australians' forthright views on the topic were also echoed by Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, with the proposal seemingly getting little traction among Premier League managers. It doesn't sound like a fantastic idea in the first moment, but actually, I can't remember when the last fantastic idea came from these guys, IFAB. If they ever had one, Klopp said. Meanwhile, Newcastle boss Eddie Howe added, I'm not a big fan, to be honest. I think that's what yellow cards are for. I think the current system works well. It's just got to be applied right. Adding a blue card would just add more confusion, in my opinion. I'm against it. I think sin bins would change it a lot, but again not, for me, in a good way because I think it will make it very bitty, more stop-start. Speaking earlier, Postecoglou also questioned the motivation to introduce new rules. I struggle to understand why there is this urgency all of a sudden to bring in new things. I don't know if there's much wrong with the game as I see it and why a different color card will make any difference. FIFA responded to multiple stories on Thursday, some of which raised the potential for the trials to involve elite football, with a public statement urging caution. It is understood the 4 trials will remain following further consideration initiated by FIFA, But it has now been decided there will be no confirmation of the precise details until a media conference immediately after IFAB's annual meeting at Loch Lomond on 2 March to allow for further exchange. FIFA has 4 of the 8 seats at IFAB, with the other 4 belonging to the home nations. President Gianni Infantino has previously attended IFAB annual meetings. If he does not attend, another senior official from the organization will be present. Sin bins have been used at grassroots level for dissent, but their use could be extended to cynical fouls as part of a trial.